Hello guys and girls, welcome back to the Racing Line for another circuit guide here on iRacing. This is week 5 of Season 3 2022 in the GT4 Falken Tyre Fix Challenge. Once again with me driving the Aston Martin Vantage GT4. This week's circuit we are around Imola, which is everyone's favourite Italian circuit I'm sure. Other than the other Italian circuits, which are people's favourites. And the date and time is set to the 16th of July, 2022 at 3:05 in the afternoon to match the official race time sent out in the Season 3 PDF. All circuit guides use the sprint fix setup, same format as before, breakdown lap followed by a full speed uninterrupted lap followed by an offboard lap. And as usual, these are filmed before the week has begun, so it's difficult to compare lap times. But let's see if we can help you guys find some time around this 1x heavy, quite long circuit. So here we go on the main straight, the curvy straight heading down towards turn 1, over to the left hand side, then back over to the right, ready for the chicane. Coming right up. You're going to look for the path on the right hand side, hard on the brakes from 6th down into 3rd gear. Now watch closely the telemetry, hard on the brakes down to 3rd, trail braking in, start accelerating from that first apex, maybe a slight lift at the 2nd, but definitely flat out for the 3rd apex through there, up into 4th and then up into 5th on the exit. You're going to keep it on the right hand side here, ready for another fast chicane. Braking zone in between the 100 and the 50, around the 75 metre mark. And now again, watch closely on the telemetry, we'll slow this down, dab the brakes down into 4th, trail brake in and now coast, carrying that speed through. As you exit, straighten the car, dab the brakes again, down into 3rd. It's important the car's straight at that point, and then you can accelerate from the 2nd apex in 3rd gear all the way out, keeping 2 wheels on the track to exit into this left-hand hairpin. Braking zone, the 50 metre board here, hard on the brakes from 4th down into 3rd or 2nd, depending on what you prefer. I actually prefer 3rd, even though in this video I used 2nd, because you want to get straight back on that power, and it's really easy to lose the rear end there. I personally felt more comfortable in 3rd, but the fastest lap I did ended up being with a 2nd gear hairpin. Next braking zone as you climb up the hill on the right hand side in 5th gear is the 50 metre board. Again, we're going to stab those brakes down into 4th gear, hard on the brakes, coast in and accelerate out, being confident on that throttle, making sure you keep 2 wheels on the circuit or you'll get a 1x. Over to the left hand side, looking for the 50 metre board here, and we're going to dab the brakes and coast all the way through in 5th gear, this right hander. Again, we'll slow this right down, so brake in 5th, coasting in, stab of the throttle, and then we brake again once the car's straight down into 3rd gear, really opening up this right hander. Careful of the sausage curves on the inside, but since the update you can use more of this exit curve. As long as you keep 2 wheels on the red and white stuff, you shouldn't get a 1x there, and it really opens up your exit speed up this hill towards this chicane coming up. In between the 100 and the 50 metre board again, the 75 metre mark, actually closer towards the 50 I reckon. Hard on the brakes, down the gears in 3rd gear. Now I found this is the most 1x point of the circuit. If you aim for the black curbs as your apex, you should be okay because you keep 2 wheels on the circuit. Keep your left wheels on the red and white curves so that you don't get a 1x on the exit as well. And 3rd gear is definitely the safest through there, not 2nd, because you'll just lose the rear end or get 1x's. Next braking zone just before the 100 metre board. As we're braking downhill, we're going to need 100% brake pressure down the gears into 3rd. Coasting in, trail braking in towards the apex, accelerate out, careful of the 1x on the exit, keep 2 wheels on the left. Final braking zone is where the road changes colour from dark grey to light, and it's ever so slight. Did you see that? A tiny amount of brake to get the nose in, still in 3rd gear, and then exit with the best possible traction you can, being careful not to lose that rear end on the exit curb. And that is a lap of Imola, or Enzo Indino Ferrari, as we cross the line for a 1:52.0 in the Aston Martin. Now let's go full speed, uninterrupted, going over what we just went over. So get over to the right hand side, look for the path, hard on the brakes, down into 3rd gear. Coast in, accelerate through, maybe a slight lift, up into 4th gear, and then flat out through this left-hander all the way to the right-hand side. Use the exit curve if you need to. There's not really a 1x there unless you go too far. Now, right-hand side in between the 100 and the 50, dab the brakes down to 4th. Get the car straight, dab the brakes down to 3rd, in towards the apex, accelerate out, straight up into 4th on the exit. 50 metre board on the right-hand side, hard on the brakes, down to 3rd. Coast in, hold it tight to the left-hand side and accelerate out as early as you can as you go uphill. You can use all the green stuff on the exit there. Just keep 2 wheels either on the track or on the red and white curves and you should be fine. Up the hill we go, up into 5th, hold it to the right-hand side, 50 metre board again, hard on the brakes, down to 4th, turn in, hit the apex and accelerate out. Smooth on the throttle there because you will lose the rear end as we go up into 5th as we go downhill. 50 metre board, dab the brakes, keep it in 5th. Get the car stable, hard on the brakes in a straight line, down to 3rd, turn in and accelerate up the hill using all the curb on the exit to maximise your run towards this next chicane. Not really an overtaking zone, but it is possible depending on how bad the guy got in front. In between the 100 and the 50, 3rd gear, 1st apex, 2nd apex, accelerate out as early as you can, careful of the rear end, keep 2 wheels on the circuit. It's so important, especially if you're looking for safety rating around here. you're going to see people getting penalties around here, I reckon, because the 1Xs are stingy. 100-meter board, hard on the brakes, down to third. Downhill braking zone, so be careful. Brake earlier than you think. In third gear, dab the brakes one last time. A tiny dab of the brakes on that final corner. Third gear exit, up into fourth, and away you go for a 1:52.0. You can see the sector times at the bottom of your screens if you wanted to compare. But what a lap. This is one of my favourite circuits, I think. Haven't driven it enough, though, because it was difficult, and I think that's why it's my favourite. But as usual, that is pretty much it from me. So I'm going to leave you with this off-board lap. Don't forget to keep those likes and comments coming in, and hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. It really does mean a lot. Thank you to those of you that have subscribed thus far. I think, actually, the channel has now enabled memberships, because I keep getting comments asking how to support, and please don't think that you have to do that. I'm just letting you know that it is there. For the memberships, you just get potentially early access to some guides, and you get to see what guides are coming up, and just support the channel. But please, there's no paywall. The guides will remain free. They will still come out on the Mondays, so you don't have to do that. I'm just letting you know that it's there. Thank you very much to those of you that have already supported the channel in that way, and thank you for those of you that have supported us just by subscribing and commenting and liking these videos. As usual, that's pretty much it from me. So if I don't see you on track this week, then I'll see you next week for the next video here on the Racing Line. Peace.